Okay, in this video I'm gonna bring you the deep truth. A lot of people are not ready for this, but for those of you that have eyes to see and ears to hear, you're not blind enough, you're not deaf enough. A lot of people wanna go, I'm a seer, okay, I'm a decoder, like Neo in the Matrix or the guy in the They Live movie, where I can decode the Satanist, the deep state, the satanic secret societies control this world. They control Hollywood, the media, and I can decode their system, their movies, and I can find hidden truths in there that they're hidden in these movies. I'm a decoder. Okay, I can decipher, and uh, find these like cryptic hidden messages in movies, music videos, where I can see foreshadowing, where they warned you about the pandemic years before it happened in music videos and movies, things like this. I can see in movies, and watch a movie like Die Hard, I can see the deep state secret society people who pull off 9/11 and planned it like 20 plus years in advance, how they hid little hints in plain view in movies, warning you, hinting at what we're gonna do. So I have undeniably demonstrated my ability to decode the matrix system. So I am what Andrew Tate pretends to be: Neo in the Matrix, decode, and teach you how to wake up out of the matrix, break free from the matrix. He's not doing what I'm doing. Okay. So there's a lot of fakes in this world, counterfeits, Satan's counterfeits, and it's real deal, okay, the real McCoy. So that aside, in this video, I'm going to show you another one of my decodes. Now this is deep. If you're not a Christian, you might not be receptive for this. You might have to be a real Christian to be receptive to this. But I am a seer. Some people would say to the seers, see not. Okay. But okay, I see things. You see something, say something. If you see something, say something. Okay, I've seen a lot of things in the matrix system. Authority told me, power. If you see something, say something. I see the Bible sees a type of Jesus Christ. I see foreshadow 9/11 in whole movies. Now the same deep state Satanists to tell you with the control politicians, if you see something, say something. they don't like it too much when I see things in the movies, in the media, can see through the agenda and then tell people about it. Okay, but anyway, in this video, in this video, I'm going to bring you one of my deep decode revelations. This is like deep layer truth. This is like the Mariana level truth. This is a treasure chest at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. I dove into it, opened up the treasure chest, and I found this little gold nugget decode truth. And this is unique. There's nobody else doing what I'm doing. I'm unique. I have unique insights, rare perceptions. Okay, I didn't see anybody else. When I watched after the pandemic hit, and I started talking about showing foreshadowing, and I have like I find in the Law series, I never saw anybody else point out foreshadow pandemic in the Law series, the episode Desmond in the Hatch. Okay, I saw that. I told you about that. I haven't seen anybody else. When I did that, nobody else. I hadn't seen anybody else talk about this foreshadow pandemic in the Lost series. This episode, Desmond in the Hatch. Okay, I brought that to you. That's a unique insight that I had. So just like Ed, for example, EPF, a fake Bible teacher, he can't get insights apparently in the Bible and see things that is above the level of the average person, as a teacher should, and then teach it to you. Okay, so he needs commentary books or a guy who can see things in the scriptures, write it down, and then he can read it. This is how a lot of people are like low-level truthers, where they have to watch a truth documentary or a video from somebody like me pointing out there's something in this movie here, and then they can see it after I point it out. So I'm serving you by this because you're blind and you can't see things that is most of you. Okay, so unlike most truthers, fake truthers, I don't have to watch truth documentaries to see things. Okay, I'm past the stage of acquiring enough information to be able to decode the whole system. I don't have to do more research, okay, to be able to discover and decode the system. So yeah, the last Desmond the Hatch episode, I saw foreshadow the pandemic in there, where I believe that they pulled off the pandemic and they planned it in advance. Okay, just like they planned 9/11 in advance. And we had some NPC show up in the chat here. I'm an NPC, main player character. I'm doing some main player character shit right here. And the psychopathic controllers like to dispatch these NPCs into my chat. Okay. And sometimes there's organic NPCs that are not sent here by the deep state, secret society people, but you just end up being NPCs. They will end up around a main player character, just doing main player character shit. And then NPCs will show up in the chat. Hey Mike, what's wrong with your glasses? Or something like this. It's like why I'm decoding the universe to the root. It's like doing like nuclear level decodes, splitting atoms and things like this, and like extracting Jesus out of inorganic matter. Okay, like getting Jesus juice out of oranges, stuff like this, and then I'm cutting through atoms, like splitting atoms, and having nuclear power truth emanating there. Okay, and then somebody shows up like while I'm decoding, like showing me, hey, this thing that has killed hundreds of thousands of people, it was planned in advance, and I can see how they were planning this in advance. And I noticed in this movie, in this music video, I can see that they were warned about this before they pulled it off. While I'm doing that main player character, this thing that has killed a lot of people, changed the world, I have the ability to look at things. I can see they were warned about this in this movie. Most people watch this blockbuster movie, this music video. Nobody else, I haven't seen anybody else go, hey, Loop Fiasco. They warned in Loop Fiasco's music video, words never said, they were planning to pull off a pandemic. Okay? And the Resident Evil movie is another one that came to mind after. That came to mind after the T virus. Okay, and I can see like what happened in this world. I can see in all this pop culture how the people controlled, the same people that planned the release. Okay, lab leak, they planned the pandemic. The same people warned you in advance. In the movies, and I can show this to you. Okay, and that's some main player character type shit. And then the NPC show up, and while I'm doing that, it's like, hey, I'm a troll showing up here. How can you see through your weird looking glasses, Mike? Or something like this. Okay. Are you gay? Or something like this. Somebody comes in while I'm decoding the universe. Okay. It's like I'm fighting dragons with some kind of a magic wands. I'm like Gandalf fighting the Balrog demon. And somebody shows up like an orc or something like this. It's like, are you gay? Or something like this. And like I'm fighting a dragon here. What happens? Like, are you gay? You're gay. It's like Gollum. Okay, so like that. Gollum is less of a low-powered NPC. Okay, he's actually like a character. But this is the type of stuff that I deal with. Okay, varför då? Varför då? Varför gör det på detta viset? Är det people show up here? Okay, it's like, okay, and it's like there's not enough dialogue options to be interesting. It's like it's just like all aggro. It's like NPCs mood is set to hostility. It's like locked into hostile. Okay, and there's no way to maneuver around this. So it's like I had to kill, like get this out of the path. Okay, it's like hey, okay, whatever. So back to I don't need a script, like I need a script. Other people need scripts. I need the scripture. That's all I need. I got the scripture. So here's what I just tell you. Okay, here's what I want to tell you. Ed, I like Ed. I'm a character. That person like me is born maybe in 500 years history gets a man like me. Okay, anyway, here's the point. That asides, somebody like Ed, he lacks the ability to see, like, open up a Bible and see truth and discern and decode the scriptures and find deep layer meaning. See in there. Oh, I read the Bible. I can see this. I'm gonna make a video, teach it to people because I'm a Bible teacher. I understand the Bible better, can see better, discern meaning in the Bible better than the average person, and I'm able to communicate to others. Since he lacks that ability in the spiritual, he needs to buy a book, a commentary book, where a guy like me can see things, write it down, and then he can read it, and he tell this. This is in this chapter of the Bible. Like me making a video, this you can find this hidden meaning, deeper layer meaning that most people can't see in this movie. Okay, so just like I don't need commentary books to see things in the scriptures when I read it, and have I did something that I can understand that I didn't have anybody tell me. Okay, and I can teach other people. And in the same way, I'm not like the low-level truthers. They need to watch a documentary. There's somebody tells there is this in this movie, you can find it, and then they get all kinds of things wrong. Okay, about something in there, and then now they can see it. See, I don't need the commentary books. I'm a person that's a quality person. I can see the truth in the Bible and teach the people. I can watch movies and I see deep hidden meaning in that most people can't see. So my discernment in the Bible and in the secular supersedes the average person. Okay, but losers like Ed, he's got more followers listen to him than me. Okay, even though he's got lower competence. So that shows how foolish, like how messed up he is. His followers. Okay, it's like bizarre. Anyway, here's the point. You can go ahead and listen to him and miss out. He hasn't been given the full counsel of God, so you're getting sick and dying and been aging faster all these years you're listening to Ed. You've been fast, if you would, because he hasn't told you 3 years ago, so listen to Ed to stop making lots of vitamin C. You've been aging fast in 3 years, okay? And if you would have started taking vitamin C 3 years ago, you would have aged slower, less these last years, see? You might have been sick, you wouldn't have gotten sick. Some of you have gotten sick since you started listening to that 3 years ago. Because he didn't give you the full counsel of God. You've been getting sick, aging fast, having more stress. Your discernment has not been as good as could have been if you would have started Megalos Vitamin C 3 years ago. Some of you have gotten health problems that would have been avoided if you would have started Megalos Vitamin C 3 years ago. Because Ed didn't give you the full counsel of God. Okay, anyway. I credit God with these things, meaning some things can be divine revelation where God opens your eyes and shine lights into your mind, and it's like spiritual that God shows this to me. Now part of it, no matter what, you can't get around how God gets the credit. Even if I'm smart than most people, intelligence comes from God, because God writes gene code that manifests genius, IQ, and good recall ability, pattern recognition, and things like this, processing power. Even if I got good, better parents than most people, I'm smarter. Well, smartness comes from God. So either way, if it's like when I see some of these things, that it's God sending this into my brain, like boom, Mike, here, whoa, I can see this. Or if it's like my brain, like naturally, I just end up figuring this out and seeing it. Either way, my ability to do this comes from God. My ability to do anything extraordinary, above average, and I am an extraordinary person doing extraordinary things. Okay, my ability to be extraordinary comes from God, one way or the other. Okay, my extraordinary athleticism. Okay, my extraordinary ability to discernment and things like this. It all comes from God, one way or the other. Okay. Anyway, in this video, I'm gonna show you one of my original insights, another one of these that I never heard anybody talk about. But first of all, it would be ridiculous if YouTube would give me a strike for saying that I believe that this pandemic was planned in advance, because I've seen Reuters report of like the FBI and CIA saying that they like the lab leak theory is not that crazy. It could be a lab leak, okay? That we believe that the virus was leaked from a lab somewhere. That's all I'm saying. And the only thing that I'm saying is that I believe it was purposefully released, a planned lab leak. Okay, now that could be all the way from the deep state Satanist making. Okay, it could be a lab leak by one person. Like I'm a lab worker. I want to release this bioweapon in this world, some kind of a virus act like a bioweapon. And I'm going to walk out of this lab and then put it at the night market in Wuhan, some vial, and release this here with a lot of people, something like this. So one way or the other, this was a planned, that's why I call it a pandemic, okay? A pandemic that was planned, like I call shillfluencer, shill influencer, an influencer is a shillfluencer, a pandemic, okay? It was a pandemic that was planned in advance. And I can see in movies, I've seen them warning. You have to understand, if you want to be awake and wake up out of the matrix, I've woken up out of the matrix. Most of you haven't, okay? And what can I see? Somebody who can see through the matrix and woken up. Well, one thing I know I can see is that the Satanists, secret society people, the deep state Illuminati, what do you want to call them, the controllers from behind the scenes, they have a thing where they plan major events. A lot of major events, crises in this world, have been planned by them in advance. Okay, they're not just organic. The Iraq-Afghanistan war, they planned it in advance. The 9/11 attacks, they planned that. The deep state plan, we're going to blow up 2 towers in America, okay, New York. We're going to blame it on these people, and then we start a war. Use the media we control to get a war going, okay? And these same people that pulled it off, and who planned this terror event, 20 years in advance at least, they also control Hollywood. And they write little hints into Hollywood movies. here's what we're going to do 20 years from now. We're going to blow up towers in New York. Then we're going to have a war. And I can see this, okay? Most people can't. And same with the pandemic, where I can see foreshadowing in pop culture of this at the time of they released this pop culture thing, movie or serial music video. It was in the future. They warned you ahead of time, like they did with 9/11. We're gonna have a global pandemic in the future. Okay. Lost. Desmond in the Hatch is what I call it. That's what I got it filed in here in the cabinet. Lost Desmond in the Hatch episode. Okay. Introduction to Lost Desmond in the Hatch. Loop Fiasco music video, words never said. Resident Evil, whichever one it is, where there is a lab leak of a virus, the T virus that is mutating. It mutates, okay? If you've been watching the media reports about viruses, Reuters, a lot of times in the same report to talk about the virus during the height of crisis, you had the word mutation or mutation show up in the same report. So if you have like mainstream media reports talk about the virus, you'll hear mutation show up. The word mutation, like the virus and then mutations, mutate, different bendings of the word mutate, okay? So these are three instances that I told you about. The Resident Evil movie, the Lost, Desmond in the Hatch. Desmond in the Hatch, so a mishap in speaking. Lost Desmond in the Hatch episode. Loop Fiasco, words never said. And I can from memory tell what this is. What is the Loop Fiasco video? It's showing you mandates, okay. This is 2013, I think, was released, or something like this, years before the pandemic. And they're showing you a preview of the future. So the same people control the music industry, pulled off the pandemic, okay? They had it planned in advance, and they put in plain view, here's what's gonna happen. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is the MO. It is the MO. This is how they do things. We have a major event that's gonna change the world, affect lives severely. We have to tell people, like hint at it in advance in movies and stuff like this. Pop culture that they control. They control pop culture, radio stations, news media, okay? Series, Hollywood, etc. And we're going to plan to have a global pandemic maybe 10 years from now. And we're going to put into this music video little hints at what we're going to do. We're going to release the virus, okay? And we're going to hint at this, just like they did with 9/11. In the movie Always, okay? And that's something I had unique discovery. There's some videos where the other people said in Simpson contains foreshadowing 9/11, okay? But I watch a movie in my free time always. Always. And I see foreshadowing 9/11 in there, okay? And I haven't had anybody tell me, hey, in this movie there's foreshadowing. It was the spirit of an expert pilot possibly helping me to fly the plane and guiding me to click this movie and then helping me to see this foreshadowing there, okay? Anyway, here's the point. So there is foreshadowing 9/11 in that. In Die Hard too, okay? So this is their MO. The deep state saying this. They did 9/11, okay? Sue Myers know about this, okay? Okay, they have a right to be scared. God, Boy Scouts, hey, calm down. Anyway, black helicopters forming around. There's a guy with public speaking. This guy is schizophrenic who goes into public speaking, and then he takes a podium. He says somewhere kind of like out of council hall or something like this, and he's talking to politicians like, "I'm sick and tired of the black helicopters forming around. Sue Myers knows about this. This person knows about this. I want to know who put the chip in my brain." Like this type of thing. Then he's on a rant. And then somebody's like, calm down, sir, there's Boy Scouts in the building, stuff like this. It's like, you're scaring the Boy Scouts, stuff like this. They have a right to be scared, okay? It's like shaking my house in the middle of the night, black helicopters, shaking, and I kept shaking. And whoever is having the loudspeakers at helicopter, okay, kept shaking, okay? It's like unintentional comedy. But anyways, the point. Sue Myers knows about this, okay? Joe Biden knows about this. Trump knows about this, okay? Epstein probably knew about this, okay? Before he didn't kill himself. There's a lot of people that probably know about things like this, okay? I'm not the only one who knows about things like this. Like, most people know about these things. Most people know about these type of things. They're on the other side of things, okay? Okay, here's the thing. And my voice is dropping octave after I don't know what happened. Here's the thing. My balls dropped. I went through puberty. My testosterone goes so high. I went through a third cycle of puberty. At 33 years old, it just kicked in. Okay, Okay. Anyway, here's the point. Um, where was I going with this? Okay. Uh, Joe Biden knows about this, probably. He probably might know about this. Bill Gates. I feel like Bill Gates is likely candidate to know about things like this. Bill Gates probably knows about things like this. I would guess. Okay. Now, I don't know. I'm not in the know to know who's in the know and who's not. In the world system, uh, things are compartmentalized. They use compartmentalization. We have you know how you have a nuclear launch procedures in the missile silo. They have two guys, they have a key each. They both have to put the keys in at the same time and turn at the same time. Okay, it's compartmentalized. The ability to launch the nuke is compartmentalized. Okay, one guy has one part that he knows to be able to do this thing, and together, okay. So anyway, you have energy so late at night. It's not late at night. If you see, there's a window behind me. Okay, and there's sunlight, daylight, indicating daylight. There's sunlight coming through the window. So I regretfully inform you that it is not, as a matter of fact, night here. It's day. That's a window. Okay, and this light coming from here, daylight. Okay, so it's not night. It's I have been pulling an all-nighter tonight, and I have energy to go for miles. I can go for miles if you know what I mean. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up. Okay, Pink. I don't like Pink too much. Okay. I didn't like to see Eminem doing a collab with Pink. I feel like that's beneath him. At this point in time, I feel like it's time to make a goodbye song with Sia. Okay. I think that is still good to me. I mean, at this time in his career, I think Eminem should make a goodbye song with Sia. Okay, like Sia. See, it's a double entendre. This is Sia. Okay, Sia. Okay, make a goodbye song with Sia. He's made songs featuring Sia before. Uh, anyway, here's the point. Okay, it's like he ran the Maxims into the ground, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good to say. Perhaps okay. He ran the Maxims into the ground by I don't even know if it's a positive or negative at this point. It's a negative. Collab with Pink. Okay, like some kind of undercooked steak or something. It's a raw deal, kind of raw deal. Collab with Pink. Somebody gave me the bad signal. You're gonna have to collab with Pink. Okay, it's a raw deal. It's half baked. It's a half baked idea. It's a raw deal. Undercooked. You half baked and shooked up on respirators. Okay. Okay. Anyway, here's the point. But what we're getting into here. But all the things, we got the Mike is better than you, he knows it segment out of the way, which is the first part of this live stream, okay? There's all kinds of different ways that I'm better than most people, and I'm letting you know that I'm aware of that, okay? It's all just focusing on certain specific people that I'm better than, like Ed, and there's some specific ways that I'm better than them, like Ed, for example. And now we can get into more general truth here. And this has been like the layers of the curriculum where some people are tuned in, they're going to miss out on the things that are going to happen at this point in time because they get put off by what I was saying in the beginning of the live stream. And it's like starting to count down, this curriculum repels them and they run away. Okay, it's like they're trying to climb up a rose stem to get to the valve, this type of smell phrase inside of a rose, but they get pulled from the thorns and they jump off and they run off like a frog trying to climb and get into a rose or something like this. Okay. Anyway, my point is this. Susie Wallen wrote, you have energy so late at night. You're blessed. I'm tired of work. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Susie Wallen. I do have energy. Maybe it's late at night where you are. Here it's early morning. It's 11:32. Now, if you saw yesterday, I did a live stream. I didn't sleep since then. And I was recorded short. I was at my like a family gathering eating midsummer dinner, and I didn't sleep since then. Okay, and I'm still energetic and performing well mentally. Okay, see, so notice that I'm sitting here exhausted and I'm trying to make points, and I'm not being that coherent. Okay, it's acceptable level of coherency and mental performance, considering being sleep deprived, having a stressful day. With autism, it's stressful and taxing on you. It can be exhausting to interact with people socially, and especially in an environment with a lot of things moving around and the TV, or maybe somebody's phone is ringing. In my environment, I control it. I make sure there's no phones ringing, and there's not a lot of things moving around in my visual field, and there's not like LED lights in my environment. So a lot of times going outside will be stressful, a lot more stressful than for other people, and taxing my brain, where it can be exhausting. Uh, so yeah, I'm doing well. Okay, I didn't take vitamin C for 2 days, 2 days, uh, because I was drinking. Okay, I had a drinking period, and I finished my whiskey, and I didn't take vitamin C for like 2 days because I had to drink more whiskey to get drunk if I have vitamin C, because vitamin C is an antitoxin. Alcohol gets intoxicated by poisoning. It's an intoxicant, causing this enough of this poison is effective. It needs to have enough of a potent dose. It is like punch. It's like a punch. To get you punch drunk, it has to be hard enough for a punch, like significant. Okay, and it's like this much alcohol will poison your body. This much having the effect of intoxication, being not sober. And if I take vitamin C, I need more alcohol because it's like, oh, we're getting the toxin coming. We got an antitoxin start working to neutralize it. Okay, and you need more vitamin C to get drunk. So I've been holding off the vitamin C for around 2 days. Uh, because I wanted to get drunk. I'm not a heavy drinker. I drink at most 1 bottle of alcohol per month. I have a rational amount of discipline. I have a rule for myself. I can only buy 1 bottle of alcohol per month, and that's a month's supply. Okay, 1 bottle of whiskey, and it's finished now, which means I'm not gonna buy anything for. Yeah, maybe just once every 2 weeks. That would be close to how I drink, where I buy a bottle of alcohol, and maybe I finish it in a week, and then there's 3 weeks not drinking alcohol until I buy another bottle. And if I finish that bottle in a week, spare in a week or 2 weeks, if it's 2 weeks, it's gonna be 2 weeks not drinking alcohol after that, because I have a limit, 1 bottle of alcohol per 30 days. So if I would binge and finish a bottle of whiskey in 1 week, okay, then there will be 3 weeks of not drinking whiskey. Okay, if I would finish it in 2 weeks, it would be 2 weeks of not drinking whiskey after I finish the alcohol. So however I cut it up and ration it, hold back my rum rations, however I do it, okay, like trick the system. Like I hold back my rum rations, so I take 1 week of not drinking anything, and then I hold it back. Okay, then okay. Uh, yeah. Anyway, we're getting into it now. So I work the overnight shift. It's not. We do a little bit of viewer interactions. Now I don't want to get out of the groove. Okay, I'm tapping into the radio stations or broadcasters of the universe, the divine truth, the rays of light coming from the Lord Himself, possibly. And it's like if I lose the reception, it's like I stop having the flow. Okay, I flow with things. You can't plan creativity. Okay, you can't. 1700. So like next Wednesday at 1900 hours, I'm gonna be creative in the moment. You can't do it, especially you. That's a joke. I go out and drink with my girlfriend sometimes, but maybe just once every 2 weeks. I have about 32 or more drinks tonight, and that's why there's a lot of drinks. Depends on what you drink, I guess. 3 or 4 drinks tonight, and I dance almost the whole night. Okay. Yeah. Now, this short amount of time when I am drinking, like that 1 week where I drink a whole bottle of whiskey, it's not really maybe that responsible. It depends how much you zoom out. Okay, if you look at the one day where I'm sitting here drinking, wow, this guy's drinking a lot of whiskey in his live stream today. He's been live all day drinking whiskey. It's a lot of whiskey in a day. Okay, it might look irresponsible to people, but if you zoom out and look at the whole month, it becomes more responsible. And also other unknown facts to a lot of observers. Like for example, it can take a while for the vitamin C to be depleted in my system, because I've been taking so many forms of vitamin C so many days, and it can take a while to like get the antitoxin. Vitamin C makes it hard to get drunk. Okay, factoid, bullet point. Maybe I'll do more bullet point sharing of truth type thing. Vitamin C is an antitoxin. It's hard to get drunk, intoxicated if you make those vitamin C. And I don't get hungover anymore with all the vitamins I'm taking. If I get drunk and if I get really hammered drunk, I don't wake up hungover yesterday. If I'm hungover, it's like subclinical. I don't wake up with a headache and like feeling like no energy. Okay, I woke up after I went to bed drunk. Okay, yesterday. I wake up, I leave, and I've been up ever since. And I don't have like exhaustion, headache, or low energy or something yesterday. So I don't get hangover. I don't know if my body's produced vitamin C on its own or not. It would be impossible. But basically, I make those vitamin C as a lifestyle. Wake up in the morning, get vitamin C into my body, load and dose, keep taking vitamin C to good effect, which is why I have extraordinary energy above average and athletic performance and things like this, stamina. That's part of it, okay? Meaning if I will stop taking vitamin C, sooner or later I'm going to lose these benefits or have less of them. Less energetic, less athletic, whatever the extraordinary things are, it's going to be less. Start chipping away, possibly it will become a common, like mediocre, actually. It will stop taking the vitamins. Anyway, here's the point. Okay, yeah, I have, I gotta get going with the decoding. It was a bit of a sidetrack here. Sometimes I don't look at the chat, sometimes I do. Okay, uh, okay, whatever. Uh, okay, okay, whatever. Okay, here's the thing. Uh, whatever. Here's the thing. Maybe become like a long-term viewer. Who knows? Maybe you show up now and then in the future, and you'll be like friendly and things like this, and and yeah. Okay. Anyway, here's the point. I'm gonna keep decoding it. So what was I with this? Vitamin C is a physical mirror image of Christ Jesus. Deep matrix decode revelation. Okay, the matrix revelations. This is the blockbuster. This is this is the real deal. Okay, this is the real deal. This is the Matrix Revelations movie. Vitamin C is a physical mirror this summer. Vitamin C is a physical mirror image of Christ Jesus. Deep Matrix Decode Revelation. Okay. Oh. Okay. Mike Saha is the narrator. Okay. And the preview, the trailer for the movie is like a compilation. Mike Saha, and I'm the narrator for the trailer of my movie. Okay, so the movie is I'm a narrator. Okay, I become some kind of narrator, no voiceover or whatever, whatever. Mike Saha this summer. Mike Saha is the narrator. Okay, coming to theaters in June. Mike Saha is the narrator. Okay, and then it's a compilation of clips. And the beginning of it is a kitchen fight between me and my girlfriend, and it's like, you can't pay the bills. It's like, I got a dream. Okay, I'm gonna be a narrator, and it's like, but we can't do it. It's like, God damn it, I got a dream. And then it cuts to some other things. He can sing. Hold on, and it cuts to me singing. Okay, he can dance, and then there's a clip of me dancing for like 3 seconds. Okay, he can narrate. Okay, this. He is the narrator coming this summer. So anyway, here's the point. I have to consult the Elder Scrolls. This is with an invisible ink here. This is the scroll that has the protocols of the learned elders of Zion written out on it. Okay, is learned elders of Zion that have written down on invisible ink here. Into the secret knowledge. Okay. And the other half of it, meaning the Torah scrolls, to be one on each side. And you roll it up and down, scroll up and down. Now, it's like the nuclear launch codes, where I have one side of this, okay? And there's another person that has another one. And you put them together, put glue in the middle, and now you can scroll up and down. It's like a puzzle, it needs to be two, because the power is too, it's too powerful to just have one person have access to this. Like somebody has to come in with the other side, we put it together, we can scroll up and down, get all the divine revelations. Okay. It's been rumored that Moses himself, that this is a direct print of the stone tablets, is the first part of this. Anyway, here's the point to get serious. Varmis is a physical mirror image of Christ Jesus, deep matrix, decode revelation. So, what I've seen is Varmis is type of Christ. I'm almost getting to a point where I feel like starting over this, and because it's getting too long. How long have I been live? I should have turned off the chat. I should have turned off the chat before I went live. I should have turned off the chat. I should have turned off the chat. How long? 35 minutes. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna start over. Fuck this shit.